Hey everyone and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex. In today's video, I am replying to all of your questions that you asked in the community tab about this shoe, the Mizuno Neo Zen. This system is one that I really like. You asked the questions, I address them with my replies if I can, obviously. I'm trying to do this, maybe once a month, maybe in the future, even once a week, something where we really can interact. Hopefully you like it as well. All right, let's take the first question. Please explain the current Mizuno lineup. I'm going to take 4 shoes, the 4 that were introduced in at TRE in Austin, Texas. The Neo Zen is that recovery shoe, lots of stack height, no plate. The Neo Vista is the kind of intermediate shoe in your lineup, lots of softness, but with a plate, a bit of propulsion, a bit more assisted in your running. Then you have the Wave Sky. This is really that max cushion endurance trainer. Which to a certain extent will probably overlap with this shoe, I have the feeling. And then you have the Wave Rider, the traditional Mizuno daily trainer, Pegasus, Nimbus, type of franchise, the Mizuno franchise, super important for them, 28th edition at the moment. And obviously, again, a shoe that is meant for daily running. Then on the faster side of things, you have let's say 2 shoes. The Sonic is not really relevant anymore, but you have the Rebellion Flash version 2, which is the current one on the market. It's that up-tempo shoe, and then you have the Wave Rebellion Pro 3, which is their racer. I hope this answers your question, but if not, let me know what was more specifically your question about the Mizuno lineup. Do you think bigger runners can enjoy this shoe, the shoe's bounce and performance? Not really. I think, this will be very bouncy for lighter people, and if you are, this is very, very soft. The ride is very soft, the foam compresses a lot, very compliant foam. So if you're a bit heavier, I'm afraid you will simply encounter lots of lack of stability and then bottom out in the forefoot of this shoe, or at least not have the perfect energy release experience with this foam. When can I give Mizuno my money for this? I think that it is already out when you are watching this. December 13 was the date, and this colorway specifically is only available in some regions. There is another one, green and blue, also looking really good, that should be out when you are watching this video. How is the performance feel? Rebound, bounce, softness, feet, weight, performance at lower and faster paces. Durability and grip informations also would be useful. Lots of questions in the question. What I can say is that this is very, very soft in terms of ride, in terms of foam. The midsole itself is not super bouncy. It's on the average side of bounce. It's more that mushy plush, lots of absorption with that softness, but it doesn't release a lot of energy, if any. The fit is probably not the best on this shoe. It's not as good as on the Neo Vista, surprisingly, despite them sharing some features on the upper. I would say that the heel is probably where this shoe kind of lacks a bit of plushness and cushion. There's no bolsters inside of it, and it could benefit from a bit more padding around this heel collar on the inside. The lacing is okay, although it's a sock fitting type of shoe. Like the Neo Vista, I like the 2 systems quite a bit, despite me not being a fan of these booty style uppers, but it works okay without too much lacing pressure, if any. Durability, hard to say. I don't have enough mileage on the shoe to comment on durability. If it's anything like Neo Vista, it will be average, nothing stellar, nothing bad. Hopefully this answers some of your points in this question. Can you compare it to the PUMA Deviate Nitro 3? Good question, and this is definitely 2 very different experiences. This is a recovery, easy running type of shoe. Again, very plush, very soft, that will not be super comfortable to run in at faster paces. The Deviate Nitro 3, on the other hand, is an up-tempo shoe with a more energetic foam, more bouncy, more aggressive also. It has a plate. It has a more traditional upper construction, and it is also a bit more pricey compared to this one. The 2 would work super well in a rotation where this shoe would handle some of the lower paces that you're running at, and then the PUMA Deviate Nitro 3, not Elite, would handle some of the up-tempo and even race pace that you are training and or racing at. Which shoe is the most similar in terms of midsole feeling? This is a very good question, and there is, I would say, a blend of shoes in this one. It has something of the Invincible in the sense of the lack of stability, definitely not the bounce of the Invincible, but the lack of stability, and also the heel fit, which is not ideal, sharing it with the Invincible 3, which is not a good thing. It has something of the Skyward X from Hoka, despite this shoe being way less assisted, and you feel like you are working much more in the shoe. It also has something in terms of the level of plushness, but much more foam, compared to the Rebel V2 from New Balance, really in terms of how much this foam is sinking in without releasing too much energy. But here you have probably double the amount of the foam you had on the Rebel V2. Toe box room and whether there is a significant taper like Hoka. On, for instance, has a straighter toe line. So the question basically is to know how this shape is. This is, I would say, a very rounded toe box that will probably work better for feet that are not too flat at the top, if that makes sense. There's a name for that, Roman, Greek, Egyptian feet, but I never remember. Essentially, these will probably work for people that have a longer big toe and kind of a crescendo line of smaller toes. But I must be honest with you, I've never encountered any issue in terms of toe box fitting for my feet. And this again is a toe box that fits me well. So if you've had issues with other shoes, I think you should probably go to your local running store and try this out. In any event, this toe box is roomy and there is a lot of volume in it, so maybe this is also an information that is useful for you specifically. What would be the purpose of this shoe, or is it a versatile shoe for everything? So the versatile shoe for everything would be the Neo Vista, the kind of, bigger sister, bigger brother of this shoe. Although it has less foam, but it has a plate, which makes a difference. This shoe is really meant for easy and recovery paces. I would personally see myself taking it out, the day after a race or day after a long workout where I just want to go cruising for half an hour, very easy, very chill, without being too worried about, paces and so on. That's really how the shoe should be used, in my opinion. Just want to know how they perform in the interval training. Actually, it's slightly more expensive than the Wear Rebellion Flash 2. I would not advise it to run any sorts of intervals with this shoe, simply because it is not meant for that. The Rebellion Flash 2 is maybe priced similarly to this shoe, but it's really meant for faster paces, up-tempo, intervals, threshold, whatever the case may be, but it will handle that regimen of paces much better than this shoe. This shoe is really that gentle cruiser that doesn't have much in common with the Rebellion Flash 2 in the construction, in the foam, in the geometry, but also in the purpose. Is this supposed to be one of the mystery shoes? Yes, this is mystery shoe 01 from Austin, Texas at TRE. Zen or Vista for long runs? I would go for the Vista for long runs. Looks like a PUMA Velocity Nitro 2 with a Mizuno logo slapped on it. Not much to do with the Velocity Nitro 2, to be honest. Much softer, less bouncy, very different shoes. Hello, is it a good competitor to the Rebel V4 or the Novablast 5? It's a good competitor, I think, probably closer to the Novablast 5 in terms of ride. The Rebel is snappier, it is lighter, it is more agile, it is simply a bit more playful as well. The Novablast is closer to this, but would probably sit in between the Rebel, more playful, joyful, crazy, wild. Novablast in the middle, and this one kind of on the extreme, softness, laziness, quote unquote. It's not a lazy shoe, but it doesn't make you want to go fast. And it's just that, very pleasant, recovery easy type of day shoe, where the Novablast can be a bit in between the Rebel and this one, if that makes sense. Forefoot width and volume, heel slip. So yes, the heel fit is not perfect. There is a bit of heel movement in this heel cup. Forefoot width and volume, they're actually on the generous side of things. So if you need a bit more volume, a bit more width, this could be a shoe for you. This looks meh. It's not meh, it's just a shoe that I think wanted to take all of the goodness from the Vista and offer something for a different range of paces. And it does so. I would, however, say that the Vista shines more compared to this one, simply because of how much more stuff you can do with the Vista. It just looks totally boring. I don't think it looks boring. I mean, you like the colorway or not, you like the design or not, but I think there is something going on here. At least I am not rating this as boring. If you are, let me know in the comments. But I don't think this shoe is a boring one. And that's it. If you want to know more about the shoe, let me know in the comments. I will try to answer more of your questions in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching, and let's link to the review of the Mizuno Neo Vista. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, and go beyond your limits. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.